We are all doing life, but who knew life could be this funny? It's our podcast, Doing Life with Maria and Chad.
I gotta admit, I was encouraged to learn that there is now a dating app for bald people, for bald daters, right? A bunch of guys have signed up for it. But the name that they're using is not what I've come up with some better names for what they should be calling this app. And we'll get into that and so much more on today's podcast.
I got to start the podcast, Chad, by telling you were missed on Saturday.
I know. I've got a wife with a sore knee, and there's coronavirus. How was the party, and what did I miss?
Okay, so the reason I had a party was because the Foo Fighters were supposed to play in April of this year, and the show was canceled because of coronavirus.
Yes.
Well, it wasn't canceled. It was detained. And then
Detained?
It was
How about postponed?
Postponed. It was postponed.
Detained is something you do if you get in trouble at the concert. You get detained. But okay, I'm following you. He was detained.
Was postponed.
Yeah.
I mean, let me grab a cup of coffee here.
Yeah.
A sip of coffee. Sorry.
All right, that'll fix everything. Here we go.
Okay.
We'll edit this out. Really, we will.
No, we won't. It was postponed until the first weekend in December. Uh-huh. And my brother Paul loves the Foo Fighters. He lives in Florida. He has never seen them live. And so when he found out they're going to be in Phoenix, he's like, get tickets, I'll fly out.
Right.
So he had to postpone his tickets from April to December. And then the show was canceled. And he's like, you know what? Screw it. I'm coming out anyway.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it was fun. So he flew in like late Friday afternoon and then flew out Sunday at like 1. I mean, it was a short little trip.
Right.
And so I thought, okay, well, what can I do with Paul when he's here? We can't go to the concert. Well, a bunch of my friends that I go to Mexico with, they all play different instruments and they have their own little band, that just play in our friends' backyards.
Oh, yeah.
And they're called Group Therapy. And so
now I'm starting to understand parts of the text chain that I didn't understand.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the band is called Group Therapy. That answers a lot of questions. Okay.
So I said, hey, guys, can you play since the Foo Fighters aren't going to be here?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. So I set up the yard. We had a fire. I had blankets because it was supposed to be pretty cold and it ended up being a beautiful night. But I had Mexican blankets everywhere. The little stage was set. I didn't realize they brought a huge TV as a monitor so they could read the lyrics and see the notes.
This band doesn't know their lyrics. I love it.
Well, they kind of know their lyrics.
It's karaoke.
They don't know all
Okay. All right, I gotcha.
But we had bass player, so Tom plugged in his bass, 2 guitars, DTP played the drums, like he just had a little cajon, not the whole drum set. And then we had our AV guy, Marky Mark, and it was so much fun. It was such a good time, and I was a little worried because my husband was pissed that I had the party. He didn't want to have a party.
I was wondering about that. I know your husband well. I was wondering with everything going on, if he'd be okay with that.
Well, and part of it was, I think, money.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, you throw a huge party. A lot of times people buy all the alcohol and they buy all the food, and all of a sudden it's $500-$600 to throw a party.
Right.
And I'm like, no. I go, these friends are really family. I'm like, they're bringing what they want to drink. I had everybody bring some kind of dish, and I ordered pizza. I mean, that was it. It was awesome.
And for the judgy people that are listening to this podcast going, why are you having a party during a pandemic? I did see that you had everything set up 6 feet apart. You were socially distanced. You did everything that you could, and it was all outdoors. I mean, you did what you could.
Yeah, it was all outdoors. In fact, one of the wives said, hey, it's going to be cold. Maybe they should play indoors. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Everything was outdoors. I mean, even the guys, on the virtual stage, where they were set up, they were all, 6 feet apart. It was perfect. And there was no hugging and kissing. And there was, it was just like, hey, thanks for coming. Elbow bump. Go sit down.
you just reminded me, and I have an etiquette question for you. In these times, when you see people that you know and they insist on hugging, is it rude to just say, no, we're not doing that? Like, do you stop, like, as somebody's going in for a hug? Like, I think it's just people are trained. They're not trying to make you sick. They're just trying to be nice. But what's the right way to handle that?
Well, there was a few hugs, to be honest. There was a few hugs.
Yeah.
But everybody turned their face away.
Yeah.
So instead of like, the whole full-on frontal hug, it was kind of the side hug with your face turned away.
Okay. All right. So
and everybody had gloves on because it was cold.
has Hollywood come calling and signed this band to a major record label yet?
No, they have not. Right. And the other reason my husband was a little didn't really want everybody over is because our yard is kind of falling apart, and I've talked about this in other podcasts. We're going to be, re-landscaping the backyard. Mm-hmm. And I think he was maybe a little embarrassed because, the retaining wall's falling down and, whatever. Yeah. So after the party, like the guys in the band are like, all right, so can we do that again after your, yard is re-landscaped, that we'll like break it in, have the initial party? I'm like, yes, absolutely.
There you go. All right. Well,
so it was fun.
I'm sorry again that we missed it. It sounds like you had fun and everybody was safe, and hopefully nobody gets ill going forward.
Everybody was safe.
I know that was one of the biggest concerns when we saw our family back in October, is like, all right, it's been 7 days. Everybody feeling okay? Let's see. All right, it's been 2 weeks. Everybody still good? Yeah.
Well, yeah. And the other thing is I put Clorox wipes and hand sanitizer at the front door.
Yeah.
I had it in all the bathrooms. And actually had it out in the living area too, if anybody felt the need or wanted to. I mean, we were covered. I think we did a pretty good job.
So who won the Twister game? I never got a chance to ask.
I don't remember because we were all drunk.
I'm just kidding. All right.
There was no Twister.
I have a little game for you here, Maria. You know it is Get the Fake Out. But before we get started, what do you want your prize to be today if you can figure out which headline is fake?
Okay, so it's Get the Fake Out. My fake prize is going to be new Christmas lights for my roof. I want the big C9s, like the big ones.
Ooh, so they can see it from the International Space Station. All right,
yes.
Here we go.
You are a liar. You are a fake.
Maria and Chad present.
Is this for real? Do you ever fake it?
Get the Fake Out.
That was a fake.
I think I'm for real.
Today I got 3 real headlines for you and 1 fake one, okay?
All right, I'm taking notes.
Number 1. Nintendo creators say we've been saying Super Mario's name all wrong. It's actually pronounced Super Mario. Okay?
Okay.
Number 1. That was number 1. Number 2. There's a dating app just for bald people.
Okay.
Number 3. Now you can buy brand new luggage that comes pre-dented. And dry mouth no more. Scientists have developed artificial saliva. Excuse me, let me say that again. Dry mouth no more. Scientists have developed artificial saliva to relieve cotton mouth. All right. Those
wow.
are 4. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I know 2 of them are real. Okay. I know that number 2, there's a dating app for bald people. I know that's true because I talked about that on my radio show in Saginaw.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Number 3, the luggage already dented. Same thing. I know that's true.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. Nintendo Mario. I kind of feel like that's true because they just want more advertising. I mean, it's the holidays.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to go with artificial saliva as the fake story.
And you really wanted those C9s, didn't you?
Really?
Incorrect.
Oh!
Sorry, Maria. You are wrong this time. You've been on a roll, though. So this is the first time in a while you've got it wrong. That is a real headline. Let's start with the fake one that I made up. It's not Super Mario. It's Super Mario. I was struggling for a fake headline this week. I'm like, oh my gosh, what can it be? Super Mario. Let's go with that. Let's see if it throws off Maria. All right, so that's your fake headline. Let's go through the real ones. Dry mouth no more. Scientists have developed artificial saliva to relieve cotton mouth. It's a hydrogel that does the tricks. And so a lot of elderly patients actually suffer from chronic dry mouth. I think it's their medication, maybe.
Yeah.
So this discovery not only can help elderly patients, but may also lead to juicier food, as I was reading this article. So like imagine like a cheeseburger, right? Part of the reason it's good is it's not dry, it's kind of moist.
Right.
But if they put this hydrogel in futuristic food, you would have moist food without all the fat, therefore less calories, right?
Interesting.
So that's kind of interesting. Yeah, it's kind of a big discovery if it turns out to be everything they say it could be. You can get the luggage pre-dented. It's a company called Crash Baggage, and they sell new suitcases that are pre-damaged. The bags are scratched, dented, and beat up, and they start at around $250. But
I like them. I saw pictures of them online.
yeah,
You would know it was your suitcase.
well, and the thing about suitcases is they only get worse, right? So you spend a lot of money on this thing that gets thrown around by somebody that doesn't care about it, so you wouldn't have to worry about it. So yeah, they're a pretty cool idea. And then the app for bald people, dating app for bald people, has 100,000 guys that have signed up for it. But I did come up with some better names than what they call it. It's called Bald Dating.
Uh-huh.
I thought either Baldy Harmony
Oh.
or how about that? This is my favorite. OK Cue Ball. What do you think? Better than their name, Bald Dating. I looked at that. I'm like, how lazy is that? I need to be in that room.
You see, that is your new job. You need to be the creative director for balddating.com.
If you are bald, would you be embarrassed to be on OK Cue Ball? Maybe that's why they went with Bald Dating. It's just basic.
Well, it's a great concept because there's a lot of people who kind of dig bald guys.
Yeah. Have you ever dated a bald guy?
No, but I do like Jean-Luc Picard.
Of all people, okay. I was thinking you were going to go with The Rock or,
Oh, yeah. Well, The Rock is good, too.
Who else is bald? Let's go with bald people for $5,000. I don't know. Whatever. All right. So you've got an update on your daughter who is almost college graduate. Well, she probably is by the time this podcast is posted, right?
So, yeah, last week, she took her final exam.
Yep.
So she is officially a college graduate. She got her job. I know this is all, I've already told you all this, but she got her job at General Dynamics.
Uh-huh. And she's going to use all that money to redo your backyard. That's very nice of her.
That's right. January 4th is her first day.
Wow, that's perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect. And for a graduation gift, I got her an Apple Watch. Did I already tell you that?
You had talked about that as an idea. I didn't know you went through with it. Yeah.
Okay, so I did it. I bought the Apple Watch and I got the Apple Care to go with it.
Okay.
And when you get Apple Care, you need to put in an email address because that's where they're going to send you all the information and if you need to replace it or whatever.
Oh, no.
So I put in Lucy's email address because
crap. Okay.
she's in charge of all that.
Right.
So the big surprise was not a surprise because she checked her email address and it says, hey, welcome to blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, crap. So anyway, she gets her Apple Watch.
Yeah.
And she's been wanting a new iPhone. And we've talked about this. Like, we were not going to buy her another phone. So honest to God, I wish it's just an aura, but I wish I could explain in words how she is now. She decided, okay, she has her, and it wasn't because of the Apple Watch. I think it's graduating, the new job. She gets the Apple Watch and she goes, you know what? I need to step up and buy my own phone. So she goes around, she does her research, and she gets the brand new Apple 12 Pro Max phone or
the
whatever.
Biggest thing. Yeah.
Yeah, the biggest and newest thing she could get.
Yep.
And then she has to go around and she has to get the new SIM card. And she did all these errands and like called around and did all the stuff that usually she's being lazy about. And she's telling me this, and she has this different tone in her voice. She's like all grown up. You know, she's running errands and buying electronics and figuring out her 401k and talking about health insurance. And I'm like, what the hell happened? Like 2 weeks ago, you're partying at Casa, getting drunk, and now you're running errands and talking 401k.
She's a smart kid. She got all that out of her system. She's ready to be a real adult now, kind of.
But I can't really, I'm not putting it into words, but I mean, you know your kid when they go from like one age to another and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, what happened? You're all grown up. Mm-hmm. And she's just all grown up now. And I got all like melancholy and cried. And, you know, my husband's like, why are you crying? She bought a phone. I'm like, because she did it on her own.
She spent money. She's just like mom. And now,
Well, that was her first big purchase. It was like $1,200.
oh my gosh. Now, I haven't seen her in a minute. Is she still single, or has she seen somebody, or what's going on there?
As far as I know, she's still single.
Okay. Nothing
And
wrong
she
with
put
that.
her 2 weeks in at Hop Dottie.
Okay. So she has to leave that job to start her new job.
Well, she doesn't have to. We suggested she stay at that job
Yeah.
and work 1 day a week and use that money to pay off her student loan. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I've had enough. I'm like, okay, whatever. You figure it out, girl.
So I know you've been with your husband for a while, Maria, but I found some pickup lines that are worth talking about, and I want to use them on you. And maybe we do, on a scale of 1 to 5, how likely you would be to fall for these pickup lines, okay? 5 being most likely, 1 being get away from me.
Okay, 1 to 5. Okay, got
All
it.
right, so this is the first pickup line. I'm sorry, were you talking to me? And then you would say, no. And then I would say, well, then please start.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
So,
I'm going to give that a 3.
okay. These are from Men's Health magazine, by the way.
Okay.
Here we go. Hello, I'm doing a survey. I can't even say it. It's so stupid. Here we go. Hello, I'm doing a survey of what people think are the worst pickup lines. So do you think it is, do you come here often? What's your sign? Or, hello, I'm doing a survey of what people think are the worst pickup lines.
Oh, that's so stupid. That would be a 1.
That's a
That's
1.
not going to work on me.
All right, how about this one? You know, Dr. Phil says I'm afraid of commitment. Want to help me prove him wrong?
2.
These are bad. How about this one? This is a mind scramble. You'll just sit there and stare at the guy and go, okay, whatever. Here we go. I'll bet you $20 you're going to turn me down.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
Yeah. Would you just take the $20?
Yeah. I would say, all right, give me $20.
I like the way that it's worded because you're kind of like, what? 20? What's going on here?
Who's paying who? What?
Yeah. All right. Here's another one. How does it feel to be the most beautiful girl here?
That's the pickup line.
I think it would work. Compliment?
I get where he's going,
Yeah.
but I'd be like, you're full of shit.
Okay. So what number are we giving that one?
2.
That's a 2. I got a couple more here.
Okay.
Forget about Spider-Man, Superman, and Batman. I'll be your man.
My God.
I didn't write these. These are from Men's Health magazine, by the way. So bad.
I don't know. No, not going to happen.
-1. All right, here we go. This is the best or worst. Besides being gorgeous, what do you do for a living?
Okay, that's kind of good.
Yeah, so I think we've learned something. So that one is good. And then how does it feel to be the most beautiful girl here, don't you think? Or is it the $20 one? I bet you $20 you're going to turn me down.
I think the $20 one is probably good. But the other one, the last one, though, you're besides being the prettiest girl in the room, what else do you do for a living or whatever it was? That one, he's actually asking about you.
Yeah.
It's not about him. It's about you. And I think that's what makes it better.
It's not too obnoxious. The one with the $20, I like it because it's kind of self-deprecating. It's like almost accepting, it's just a stupid pickup line. If it works, it works,
Right.
So if we ever end up single again, you can feel free to use those if you'd like, Maria.
Oh, no, you feel free to use those.
Right. No. You can switch them up. Insert man where it said woman. You're so handsome.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, did you see? I just read it this morning. In fact, I saw a brief. I think it might have been on Twitter, like just in passing. That breakdancing is now an Olympic sport.
It's final. So I remember this being a possibility, but there was a lot of hurdles they had to go over to make it happen. They actually approved it?
They approved it.
Huh.
And I just remember it was the 80s, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Breakdancing was big, and you would see the kids on the street corners with the pieces of cardboard rolling around on their back, and they look like a turtle who can't turn over.
That sums it up perfectly. Or it was an artistic movement that came and went with the hip hop music.
Now, did you ever break dance?
I was obsessed with breakdancing. I am
Really?
not embarrassed to say. I can tell you, my official breakdance partner from the 80s was a kid by the name of Josh Cook. And he would come over in my parents' basement. We would open up a cardboard box, and do the backspin. My mom would not let us do the headspin because we would break our neck. She was convinced of that. So we could do the backspin, and then I could do a thing where like I put my foot out in front of me and my foot out behind me real quick, if you know what that means. It's,
okay.
And like I'm kind of spinning one leg around type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
I got that mastered. In the same category, it was around the same time that Michael Jackson was doing the moonwalk. I attempted that, never perfected it. But yeah, I would say not only am I a former breakdancer, I probably still have some of those moves way inside of me.
Wow. So do you have a cardboard box you can flatten out and maybe do some video and post it?
That's something that I could look into. Also translated as probably not, but but I that's a good idea. How's that? You know what? I don't have that, but I do have a new postcard to tell you about in a few minutes.
Oh,
so, no cardboard, but a cardboard postcard. How's that sound?
okay. What's going on? You got another one?
I got another one. Yes. So if you've been following the saga that is my postcards, I've been getting these sent to my home address. It's got my name on it, and I just blocked out my address just because we're on the internet on YouTube here. There's the latest card. I'm holding it up, and the lips are way different. So whoever is doing this, I'm assuming, is hearing it on the podcast because that's the latest postcard. And I'll read you what it says. It says, "Sorry I killed your plants." Mind you, I don't have any plants. They're all my wife's plants. Anyway, all I had to do was water them a couple times while you were away. I forgot, and now they're dead. But come on, they're just plants. It's not like they can talk or make you a cocktail. I'll buy you new ones, better ones. And then it's got lips and then XO 3 times right there on the old postcard. As we roll into, now this is the first one in December. This was postmarked December 2nd.
I was just going to ask, was it actually put through the mail?
It was in Phoenix, December 2nd at something 9 p.m. is what it says.
And there's different lips.
And I found it over the weekend. It looks like, if you're watching on YouTube, kind of like the Rolling Stones lips, like that spread way out, and then the XO is in the center of the mouth. Who knows? Who knows?
So I still think it's your wife.
I don't know. I mean, Kathy, our faithful podcast listener that left us a message about these, maybe she has a new theory. If she looks at this card, let me hold it up just for Kathy and anybody else that wants to take a stab at who the heck might be sending these to me. Or if you want to reveal yourself, maybe that's like what's coming for me on Christmas Day.
We need to find out.
I know.
I mean, this has been a good run, but now I'm super duper curious. I mean, how long is this going to go on?
I don't know. I don't know at this point.
I got another idea.
Yeah, what's that?
So if it is somebody in your family, the bill for those postcards has to be somewhere. Do you guys have all shared accounts?
Somewhat, but yes and no. Like we have some shared like credit cards, and then we have our own, so it'd be easy to hide it. I don't know. They got the Christmas stamp on here, the Forever stamp. That's Charlie Brown looking in the post. It's actually maybe I was supposed to notice that. Look at the stamp. It's Charlie Brown looking in the post box with nothing in it, like waiting for his Christmas cards to come.
Well, do you have Snoopy stamps? Do you have Snoopy stamps?
You're asking me? I don't know. If
Okay,
I need
you need to look in your wife's desk.
All right, that's on my list for today. I'll check it out, and then I'll update you on the next podcast. Let me play you. This is audio from a YouTube video that I found. It's a conversation with a mom, and I think it doesn't show the kid, but I think it's her son. Listen to this.
What did you want to know?
Where did I come from your belly?
Where in my belly did you come from?
Yeah.
In my uterus.
What's a uterus?
That's where you grew.
But where?
It's like in here.
But did I come out there?
You came out of the uterus. Mm-hmm.
And then where did I come out when I was out of the uterus?
Any guesses?
My guess is your belly. Or your butt.
He's got an evil laugh. It was almost like somebody set him up to ask that question.
I don't know the backstory, but I got to grab that audio for our future podcast when we need a good laugh. That just makes me laugh. I'll post that up on Maria and Chad's Facebook page if you want to watch it. It's on YouTube under Youngster Asks Mom Where He Came From After Dinner. And it just shows.
That was so cute.
It was very cute. We do have some other audio that we need to get to on today's podcast because last podcast we asked the final question, which was, if you could join the cast of any TV show, past or present, which show would you choose and why? And we have a bunch of messages here to go through. Starting with Dave Dunlap. He wanted to respond to that.
Yeah, this is Dave Dunlap. In response to your posting, I'd like to be on with Tim Allen, Last Man Standing. The man is awesome. Seen him in person. I can relate to both of his shows, Tool Time and this one, because I am a carpenter and custom cabinet maker. And I love sports, shooting, and I love the outdoors. And Tim is one fantastic man. Thanks.
Very good. Dave, thanks for your message. Now, Maria, I'm sure you saw Home Improvement. Have you seen the newer show, Last Man Standing?
I have not a whole lot. I think I've seen maybe one or two.
Yeah, I need to check that out on Dave's recommendation. Let's see what this one is here. This is Kim.
Hey, Maria and Chad, you asked which cast of a TV show we'd like to join. I would like to join the cast of Dirty Jobs because as a certified CTE teacher, I just love what Mike Rowe has done for skilled labor in this country and really encouraging students to pursue their passion and the scholarships that he gives. So I would love to meet Mike Rowe and the cast of Dirty Jobs.
That's a good one.
And this is Kim Reynolds.
She's still there.
Sorry, Kim.
Thank you, Kim. Yeah, that's a great suggestion. I hadn't have thought of that, but I mean, the skilled labor thing and dirty jobs and all those jobs that have to happen for us to live the life that we have that you don't think about. That's very good choice. This next one, I think, is somebody that I know that listens to the podcast.
Hey, guys. Hey, Chad, it's Fran, your former neighbor. Thank you for inviting me to participate in this little questionnaire. So the TV show that I would love to have been a cast member of, and it's still to this day my favorite TV show, is NYPD Blue. Hope that helps. I'll be listening. Have a great day. Bye.
I feel like such a loser. I've never seen NYPD Blue. Have you?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Right.
It's an old show, though. Like, it's not new.
Yeah. All right. This next one, I think you know.
Hey, Maria and Chad. It is Brienne, and I am so excited that you asked me to answer this question. I want to be on Game of Thrones. Specifically, I want to be Daenerys Targaryen because she has freaking dragons, right? Like, who doesn't want dragons? So, Game of Thrones, I want to own some dragons.
All right. You watch that show?
All right. No, but I like that she owns dragons.
I would like to own some dragons. I don't know what I would do with them. Got a few more here.
So, Chad and Maria, if I were to be part of any cast in past or present, it would be Gilmore Girls, Cheers, Grey's Anatomy, or Law and Order, to be a dead person to breathe when they weren't expecting it.
That would be funny. I like it. So of those shows that she listed, Cheers, Grey's Anatomy, or Gilmore Girls, which one would you choose?
Gilmore Girls or Grey's Anatomy.
All right, let's go to the next one here.
Hey, Chad, this is Duvall. And the character that I would love to be a part of the cast would be Barney Miller from the 1970s in one of the detectives. Because they're always so cool. And they're always so witty. And they didn't drink on the job.
I don't know what that... Did you watch Barney Miller? Did they not drink on the job?
I did. No, I loved Barney Miller.
I don't know. All right. And then the final one, I wanted to save it because she's a former coworker of ours, and you'll know as soon as you hear it.
Hey, Maria and Chad, it's Riley. I hope you guys are doing well. If I could join the cast of any show, it would definitely be Grey's Anatomy. I know that's super basic, but there's just so much juicy drama that happens in it, and the cast seems amazing. I love everyone in it. And in another life, I definitely would have practiced medicine. That's all I have. I miss you guys and love the show. Bye.
Yay.
Oh, Riley.
And we should say, I think Riley is about ready to graduate from college, too. I think if I understand.
She is. I just saw her on Facebook, I think.
So congratulations to you, Riley, and thanks to everybody for responding on our messages, leaving us voicemails and stuff. So we're going to do it again. We have a new final question for this week, Maria. Be ready.
The final question.
All right, the question is, brand new, what is your favorite body part on the opposite sex?
Super duper easy.
Okay.
I like arms.
Arms?
The guns.
Huh. And is it? Does it have to be proportionate? Can they have like huge biceps and like small forearms, or what are we talking?
No, it has to be all proportionate, but it's the bicep part.
Okay. So
like
you're
there's a guy there's a guy at work, Vinny, who has amazing arms. So whenever I get to work with him, I'm very excited and I make him blush.
It must be something with that name because I didn't know you were going to say that. And the first person, celebrity-wise, that I thought of that had big arms was Vin Diesel.
Oh.
And you go, his name is Vinny. I'm like, oh, must be something to do with that name. I'll go with the butt.
Oh, you're a butt guy.
I think I am. I mean, not that I don't appreciate other parts, but I think the favorite body part would have to be the butt.
What would your wife say?
About my butt? About her butt?
No, about her, the body part she likes best on the opposite sex.
I think it's my big brain. No, what would she say?
Look at the brain on Brad.
Yeah, let's say...
Chad.
She would say... I don't know. I should know that. What would your husband say?
See, I don't know. I was thinking the same thing. I think he's a boob guy.
I know that she...
I don't know.
She always says, and maybe it's just to make me feel better, she doesn't like super muscular guys. She likes guys that are fit. You know what I mean? Which is realistic for me. I'm never going to be muscle man. You know what I mean? That's just not in my genetics. But I'll have to ask her. I'll get that answer for you on our next podcast as well.
Yeah, I'll have to ask Eric too, but I think he's going to go with boobs, but I'm not sure.
Going with the boobs. All right, so call us or text us. Call us would be better because then we can play back your messages on our next podcast. But answer the question, what is your favorite body part on the opposite sex? Our phone number, 424-235-3657. So 424-235-3657. We'll also post it on social media. Where are we at on Facebook and Instagram? Maria
and Chad on Facebook, Maria and Chad on Instagram, and we also have Twitter, same thing.
Twitter, yes, at Maria and Chad on Twitter. Our podcast is free to listen in a bunch of places, including the radio.com app, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music app, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, Pandora, Podbean, and of course, on YouTube, thanks to producer Dan, who puts all this together for us on YouTube. So you can see us and look at the postcard, come up with your theories, etc. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. By the way, I was watching Saturday Night Live, not live, but after it recorded on Saturday.
Yeah.
And they had this YouTube star on Weekend Update. And she's obviously much older than she's playing. She's probably in her 20s and she's playing like a 14-year-old. And she's like, don't forget to smash the subscribe button. She just kept, but like she wasn't on YouTube. So she's like, down below. Like, he's like, no, there's no down below. It made me laugh because that's pretty much what we're doing. It's like, please subscribe. Please turn on notifications so you don't miss a single episode. And don't forget to call us and answer the final question. Our phone number again, 424-235-3657. What did I forget, Maria? Did we get it all?
I think you got it all.
Thanks again for listening to Doing Life with Maria and Chad. Follow us on Instagram at Maria and Chad and Facebook. You can now listen for free in all these places. The radio.com app, on the iHeartRadio app, Spotify, the Amazon Music app, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, Pandora, Podbean, and of course, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single episode.